Guess what, y'all? You are now tapped into That's What I'm Saying, the Grown Folks podcast for hip hop, entertainment, dating, relationships, sex, and those social issues affecting our communities from a sometimes ratchet but mostly woke perspective. So I'm Shaun.
And I'm Shatara. Shatara. Hey, y'all. By the way, follow That's What I'm Saying in your podcast and turn on automatic downloads. I'm going to say it again. Follow in your podcast and turn on automatic downloads. It's free. It tells the apps people are listening, and we need that. And it helps us keep making the show for the TWIS Pod fam, which is what
also, y'all, we are everywhere. So our podcast home is on Acast, but we're also on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube. And if you want to be a sponsor or maybe you want to be a guest on the show or you have a question for the Weekend Z Report, just go to our Linktree. That's Linktree/TWISPod. Scroll to the bottom and you can contact us via email or you can leave us a voicemail message. Also, follow us on Instagram at TWISPod. So, all right, fam, let's get into it. So, Shatara, what are we calling this episode?
We are calling this episode, I Teach You How to Stunt.
I don't know what he says, but I teach you how to stunt.
That's in the 50 Cent voice right there. So, we're going to get back to that. But
we're going to have to.
Let me get to this ratchet. So, Kandi Burruss, who is a Atlanta Housewives alumni, she has recently revealed that she is divorcing her husband, Todd Tucker, and it's been brewing for a while. So we all know Kandi. She was a part of the group Escape. And she's also a songwriter. Like she has a very long catalog. I will give her that.
Absolutely. She wrote for Britney Spears.
Yeah. So many people. And
Christina Aguilera, I think.
On reality TV. That was a kicker right there.
Destiny's Child.
Right? We got to give it to her. And I like how Kandi's moving. However, she's on reality.
She's a Taurus. She's a fellow Taurus.
Yeah. And she's on Amazon Live. So she's selling her stuff and she's on Amazon Live. And she goes on to say, hey, listen, everybody, it's been a long time coming. My husband and I, we are filing for divorce. And this is nothing new. And she said, like, life has been lifing. Y'all don't even know, like, for the cameras, the smiles. So that's what it is. So Tucker, he's 52 and Kandi is 49. So I'm like, all right, these are people of age. They have, I think she has 2 kids without him. He has 2 kids of his own. And then together they have 2 kids.
They have 2, I think.
So, they're saying that.
I think she only has 1. She has her adult daughter. And then she had 2 kids with Todd. And then I know he has some other kids.
Right.
Yeah.
So they have a blended family. Either way, kids are grown now. They're saying, they're going to continue to raise the kids together and it's going to be, I guess, a peaceful separation.
I don't know. I heard that they were settling or they were getting to settle. So, Kandi is a Taurus after my own heart because she is such an entrepreneur. Like she's got her hand in everything. Remember it was Candylicious. I don't know. She had the sex toys and the after dark, all kind of stuff. So I appreciate a woman that's about her coin, about her business.
But then I hear there was some type of prenup. That there was an episode on one of the shows.
Which would make sense.
On their like wedding day, they had like a lawyer come about some type of prenup. So they
I remember that
flip up. So whatever's happening with them, I'm like, okay, it was a good run. How long were they married for?
Was it over 10 years or 10 years? Something about maybe 10 years. Oh, they said their vows in 2014. So a little over 10 years.
Okay. So over 10 years. So when I look at stuff like this, I go, okay, it was a good run. Like it was a good run. That's how you look at it. I know that. Was she with the gentleman who he passed away and she got custody of his kids? Like he was killed, something like that, many, many years ago when she ended up taking in his kids?
I don't remember.
Yes. So that is something that happened. It was like horrific. So it's like a tragedy that happened with a previous husband and she got his kids.
I don't know if she was married before, but okay.
Well, that's how she has custody of, she calls them her kids, clearly.
Some other kid. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. She was the one who said her post was like, check on, she's the person that when they say check on your strong friends, they meant her. And I felt that post so much because like she said, you may not look like what you've been through. And that's the beauty and the grace of some Black women, man. Like sometimes, you're not going to look like what you've been through. And it's so much beauty in that. But, knowing that part, where you just keep it going and keeping yourself together and, the show must go on, even though you are burning up on the inside. And she posted about that. And I was like, had to give my 2 cents. Like, I feel that.
And even like when she was going through stuff with Escape and they try to have like a reunion and then the sisters were fighting and it was this whole thing, like who would have ever known all that was going on? Then her mother's hand is in a lot of this. So like her and her mother have a little touch and go relationship. So some of the people asked her like live online, like, how much does her mother's name is Joyce? How much does Mama Joyce have to
Which
do?
is so crazy, right? Because I'm like, I think Joy, her mother, is a Sagittarius too. Because I'm like,
Because it was something where it was like, the possibility of her mother not like her telling her mother some issues with her husband, her mother not liking it, and possibly like confronting the then husband. And how much everybody was saying, like, we really hope Mama Joyce has nothing to do with this divorce.
with this whole thing. Yep.
She
She's
speaks up
very
for her
vocal.
daughter, apparently. But Kandi then said something like, I don't know if my mom's feeling me right now. She said it so nonchalant, like it was a regular thing. Like, my mom feeling me? We'll see. So either way, she did go on to say, like, life is lifing, but she has a lot going on. She has a musical number on Broadway. She's going to be on Jukebox. She's doing a rendition of one of Pink's songs, which is probably a song she wrote. She's selling some of her items, so that's why she's on Amazon Live. So anyway, I say all this to say
that's what I said. A Taurus after my own heart.
My girl is juggling a whole lot of stuff, and for them to stay married. Now I saw a post that he's actually expecting a baby from the side piece.
You're talking about Todd?
Yes, yeah, he has a baby coming.
I saw that,
and
I agree with you. Like, it was a good run.
Yeah, it was a good run because did you see The Chi?
Yeah, I watched. I think I watched all the episodes.
I didn't finish it, but
she was on there. That's right.
Right. So in this,
I did. I'm caught up. I watched all of them.
Caught up, but I do remember leaving off what she got with another female, and she was in a relationship with the female in a Ferrari, and it just looked very natural there.
Well, she said it. I think Kandi has been very vocal about her. I mean, I'm calling it bisexuality. I don't think that's a thing that exists, but I think she was open about, having women
in both ways. But then I see in terms of reality stars, Portia, the reality
when it married a
Portia's with a whole woman
brick house, a brick
yeah, and
a butch house.
Yeah, and I just was like, these women really be women in. These women are women in. Y'all be women in.
Women be women in.
You tricky heifers. I'm like,
to each his own. To each his own, right?
I was just a little bit like, wow, okay. So
I didn't see that one coming.
No, I thought it was like AI. I was like, is they out celebrating? Is this an AI? Who's just being funny? All right. Oh, she's for real. All right. Okay.
And I'm like,
with all this dick in the world.
Wait, I'm like, what's Miss Swan? What Miss Swan say on Mad TV? She looking like a man.
Oh,
looking like a man.
They said that show.
Oh, she looking like a man.
I mean, you could really just have a man. I'm like, hey,
that's what I was saying.
Oh,
she looking like a man.
Yeah, that's who's treating you right. That got you swaying all that way.
I don't understand. I mean, if you go do all of that, and he got a little something, a goody in his pants.
What you mean you got cramps?
Oh, she looking like a man.
Wait, what was that?
Miss Swan off Mad TV?
For that little
when
boy?
They asked her, when the police came to ask her for identification, he looking like a man.
Listen, that Mad TV episode, somebody said they could not have these shows today.
Hell no.
Everybody.
First of all, Miss Swan was nowhere Asian. I was a white woman playing her.
But you know who else did some foul shit too? I don't know if you remember.
Can we not say it was foul shit though? Because it was funny for that time period.
For that time.
We lived a different time period.
Martin Short. On SNL, and he was like, chicken make lousy house pet.
Oh yeah.
You remember that? I mean, how old was I? I mean, I was like SNL. This was the old SNL.
Was that Martin Short though? I don't think that chicken make lousy house pet.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know.
SNL. We're gonna get back. Anyway, so a lot of these shows today, you couldn't.
My favorite was the church lady though, Dana Carvey. Isn't that special?
No. How about Toons is the cat? Remember Toons? We'll be driving. Kill the whole family. Fire me behind him. It was and Pat was the best. We didn't know if Pat was a man or a woman.
Oh man. Let me do it.
Oh no, that was Mad TV. They just put out.
That was Mad TV, right? Let me do it. Oh, Stuart. His mother. Stuart. Let me do it.
They were ahead of their time. Because
they were
touching issues. Well, yeah. So Kandi, you all the best. I'm curious to see how this all plays out, and will it take its front to?
I don't know where all that came from. Talking about Kandi Burruss, but we did it
because you said he looking like a man.
So What we talking about? I was Portia's
Talking about Portia, because she was
man.
sometimes you need
Man
to go
girl.
back and find out, how do we even get here?
Oh,
Really
like
back
you
in the
can't be
mountaintop.
that tired. I know it's hard, girl, but girl.
That's what you've always liked. I just seen a clip of this guy, and he was just like in jail, and it showed like, this man found love. So he looks like he's with a woman. They both have on orange sweatsuits, but really it's a man in jail looking like a female. And he was just like, the truth of the matter is you don't turn gay in jail. Like, you came in that way, but unfortunately a lot of these men go home and they got wives. So it was like, oh shoot.
Yep. And then you'd be thinking, she look like a man.
Got my water. Yeah, no smoke.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so yeah, he looking like a woman. That's what's going on over there. Anyway, comedian Andy Dick, he was apparently found in the streets of Los Angeles, humped over, and he was unresponsive. So a lot of people were like, is it Andy Dick? Is it, shoot, is it really him? And sure enough, it was him. So he's okay. He's alive. And that was pretty much his response. Like, I'm alive. I'm okay. And he didn't elaborate any more than that. So Andy Dick has 3 children. They're all grown. And he's been struggling with alcohol and drug addiction in the past. And he actually, in 2017, he was fired from a movie over sexual harassment claims.
I can't remember what I saw him in. Like he, I guess when he was sober.
When he was sober.
What was his claim to fame? Was it just he's a comedian or?
He's a comedian. I feel like he's had some funny roles with like Adam Sandler. But let me tell you what he did say though. So when he was accused of sexual harassment, he said, I didn't grope anybody. I might have kissed somebody on the cheek to say goodbye and then licked them. That's my thing.
Yeah.
So at first you're like, that boy's a character, right? But then on the other hand, it's just like, so you mean to tell me you're being accused of sexual harassment and this is your statement?
Yeah. I have a friend in LA and he said that, everybody in the area like know that Andy Dick is out here on the streets. Like he'll, he probably goes home to his home, but that he's always outside, sitting outside on a sidewalk.
He like an addict.
Yeah. He's an alcoholic, Yeah. I hope he gets, I hope he gets his healing.
Yeah, that's really sad. That was like really sad. I didn't, find this to be like, a good thing. I was like, oh, that's really sad. Like, wow.
Okay. But it's in the Ratchet. Okay.
Yeah,
all
but
right.
with a name like Dick, with a name like Dick after talking
and serious about it like this, make no mistake.
My name is Dick. I say it in my joke. I ain't never met a black man named Dick. I'm still at the bar looking for Dick.
I see one. There is a Dick though in Welcome to Derry.
Okay.
The black man named Dick. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Before we, can I just ask you really quick before I keep going? You watching Welcome to Derry? You finished it?
Sure did. 1
to 10, how good was it?
Well, it's not finished yet. There's still 2 more episodes left. So you want me to tell you how good? It's so good that had me in here running like Florida Evans. Oh. Damn.
Okay, so I said I'm going to get to that. I'm catching up on Stranger Things, which is excellent.
So you are 2 seasons behind.
Did you get the clips that I sent you of the funny stuff?
No. Where'd you send it?
Videos of the dude at the pool, Miss Walker.
Oh, they took him out too.
Okay, so there was that. So I'm finishing Stranger Things, but let me just say this: I finished The Beast in Me with Taylor Day.
I told you to watch it.
Let me tell you something. That right there is some good TV.
Didn't I say it? Didn't I tell you?
This could have been a movie. That's how I was like.
It was a movie.
They broke it up into series.
Oh, which I appreciate. I like that it was 6 parts.
This could have been a 2-act. Like this was, and then the actor who played the killer. What is his name? Do you know his name?
I can't remember his name, but he was on, I think, The Americans or something. Or
yes, he was in The Americans. Let me tell you something. Even if I was friends with him after playing this part, I could never be in the room alone with him. I'm always scared.
Because you just don't know.
He played that part so good where it was just like, I don't trust you.
That was some good TV, right? Some good Netflix television. The Beast in Me. And that chick, so I remember, what's Claire Danes?
Claire Danes.
So I remember her from some dance movie when she was like a teenager. And then she was in Homeland.
Yep, Homeland was
She played someone that had bipolar disorder. She played it so well that people would ask her, are you bipolar?
Mm-hmm.
She's very much a method actor. Like, I think her acting is excellent. So in this, The Beast in Me, her name was what? Aggie. And if she didn't aggravate everybody to no end, her name was perfect. Because I was like, this chick is a walk-in deck. She's too much. And she's just the nervousness or whatever she was playing. It was like, she had permanent frown brows, wrinkles on her forehead. She was.
She's high strung. She's high strung.
And I think she's playing she's playing a character. I don't think she's like that in real life.
Good.
I think is owes to how well of an actress.
Great actress. His name is Matthew Rice.
Matthew Rice. Yes, he's Welsh. He's a Welsh actor. He's from
Jarvis. Oh, it's all I gotta say. If
I told you so. Did I steer you wrong?
No, not at all. That was I was so committed to it. I was so committed. Like, I gotta finish.
As you like this,
to the point that I picked it up and I, had the husband watch it with me. He's like, "You want to watch it again?" I was like, "I don't mind." I was like, "I just need you to see a little bit right here." And I'm like explaining it to him. He's probably looking at me like, "I don't care." I was like, "No, but you need to see this."
Oh boy,
that was
that part when she came home and the dude was in her house
and it was on the other side of the wall. She was just, "What? Is somebody here?" And I'm looking like, "Why the dog not barking no more?" That little punk ass cute dog. He just was like, he was like, "I told you somebody was here. I told you." That dog was, I ain't gonna say no more.
Man, that was good. I know people are like, what do y'all talk about? Watch The Beast in Me.
The Beast
it's on Netflix. It stars Claire Danes and this guy. And it's the story about, this psycho, but not really a psycho, but he moves in next door to a writer who has writer's block.
Mm-hmm. And since Netflix bought Warner Brothers, I expect to see many, many more wonderful shows coming because
absolutely
they have the rights to everything.
And I think they're coming. I mean, they got me on a Saturday night sometimes.
What?
They got me on the inside.
I didn't even go see Predator.
Touch me on my inside parts. Netflix.
Say my name. Yeah, Netflix's new name is what's it called? Monsters Ball.
Monsters Ball.
Touch me on the inside and call my name, Netflix. You got me. Ooh, you got me. Netflix is about to go up to $50.
Ooh, take that. Oh, take that money.
Are you streaming? Are you still there? I'm like, damn, Netflix.
But I'll be like, but thanks for checking. It's so considerate.
Your pressure went up. Do you recommend this show? Are you giving it a thumbs up or thumbs down? I want to know. I'll be like, I loved it.
Yeah, Beast in Me, definitely a must see.
Okay, you must see. Okay, so and any other show? No, not right now.
Landman. Are you caught up with Landman?
Oh yeah, I'm caught up with Landman. Oh wait,
okay, I gotta watch the last episode. I didn't see it.
Baby, his wife,
Angela.
She is just full. She's such
where are her pills? Somebody get her pills. That's what I want.
He needs her in his life though. She's.
And you start to see the relationship. So Landman, for those because we could talk all day about these shows. We can talk all day about the shows that we are watching. But Landman is definitely one of the great ones. It's what is it? Billy Bob Thornton.
Bob Thornton.
And Demi Moore is in it, and she is just doing a fine, excellent job. I love it. I love her performance. I love her performance.
I want to say John Hamm from Friends and Neighbors.
Yep. And Friends and Neighbors was great.
Excellent TV. But yeah, Landman is a great one. That's Taylor Sheridan, who also did Lioness. And, I'm very diverse with TV.
And I love him. I love Taylor Sheridan because he sticks to his lane. Like, this is his lane. Yeah. And he sticks to it very well. And I love this shit. I mean, I'm all like, well, how can I be an oil lady in Texas? Like, this looks like fun.
Thank you for enlightening me on that life. I would have knew.
Love it.
Boy, Jimmy.
And who would have thought that Billy Bob Thornton would almost halfway kind of little bit be a sex symbol?
That little sex appeal. You know what it is? He just has, man, is it swagger? Is it finesse?
I don't know. Do we even call it that anymore? I don't know.
Yeah, because he's
got something. He's definitely got something.
And I think
I'm over here like this Billy Bob.
It's the mind.
The sling blade.
We like the mind. We like where his head is
at. He's an excellent actor.
Yeah, we like where the character has like his head on right. He's a good dad. His son calls. He's there. He's smart. He ain't no dummy.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Oh, I love it. And Andy Garcia's in it.
mhm.
John Hamm was in it.
Yeah.
This is a great show. Landman, I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
It's in the second season.
Second season. Yep. Landman. Okay. I did make a quick mention that Sophie Kinsella, who is the author of Confessions of a Shopaholic, she died at 55. And the reason why this kind of caught me was because the movie Confessions of a Shopaholic, I think our sister had bought me the DVD, and there's also a book, and everybody had said they thought of me when this movie came out.
Why?
Because she's a
Is you a
shopaholic.
shopaholic?
And it's so good. I mean, the movie was so fun. The movie was so good. I'm trying to think of, is it Isla Fisher?
Isla Fisher. She used to be married to Sacha Baron Cohen.
Okay, she's a redhead. She's so fun. I know she was in Tag, and she was like, "Come on, fuckers, let's go." She's a good time.
I remember her from back in the day. She's
Do
been
you?
around for a while.
Oh, okay. Well, she played the shopaholic in the movie, and I just remember it was so funny because she would explain the adrenaline she gets from shopping, and the mannequin started to talk to her. They were like, "Come, touch the scarf. Doesn't it feel nice? Don't you like it?" And I mean, it was such a good, like, creative movie. But yeah, I had quite a few friends tell me, like, I saw that and I thought of you. And I was like, oh my God, are you all telling me I need some help? Are you guys giving me intervention? But no,
You
they
are a little shoppy. You are your mother's daughter.
people just call me
When y'all start hiding clothes, it's serious.
I've been delivered.
Okay. Congrats. Well, rest in peace to Sophie Kinsella. I did not know who she was, but yes.
Yeah, came to me. And also the Jimmy Neutron voice actor, Jeff Garcia, he passed away at 50. Jimmy Neutron was a big cartoon when I want to say our brothers were younger. And watch that. Jimmy, he had like a funny little voice. Anyway, yeah.
Well.
And shared their talents with us. So thank you for that. So Brandy and Beyonce, they don't talk. And this came out because your favorite brother, Ray J, came out on a rant accusing Beyonce and Jay-Z of attending the tour to support Kelly Rowland, but allegedly they didn't meet with Brandy or take any photos. So he's mad about that. And there's a clip where, they do walk right on by each other. Like, I don't fuck with you. I don't fuck with you.
Well, no, Beyonce made a U-turn when she saw, I guess, Brandy's people.
I don't care.
She headed the other way, exit stage left.
You saw now, whatever.
That was pretty clear.
Whatever this is all about, this is hilarious to me. Because are you trying to see the Boy Is Mine concert? Does that ring a bell for you? Is that something you would want to see?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
What's so funny is a friend of mine, Candace, just asked me like a few minutes ago, did I want to go this weekend? I have to think about it. I've seen Brandy in concert before. I've seen Monica in concert before. But I haven't seen them. I haven't seen them together. I'm not,
After hearing Brandy walked off of stage because the sound was bad, and it got
what happened?
She walked off of the stage in one of their concerts because like sound was bad, and she's like, "This is good." She like left. I like Brandy's voice. I'm a fan of Brandy's.
I love Brandy's voice.
I love Brandy's voice. It's different, and it's always good to see her when I see her. And then I look at this whole situation. I'm thinking these are two women who are pretty much iconic to the era. Of R&B, and I'm giving them all flowers. However, you don't gotta like everybody. It's really okay. That's how I feel. So even when apparently Brandy was chasing after Monica because she wanted to do The Boy Is Mine. This was years ago before COVID even hit. It was like she wanted to, and apparently Monica was giving her like the cold shoulder. And I wanted her so bad to be like, you know what, Monica, fuck you. I don't need don't worry about me over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. That song was nice, but I got my show over here. The Brandy show. I got, I really wish
I'm good.
Been like, I can do this on my own. Like I have my fans. Just because somebody was giving you their ass to kiss. That's why. But now they seem to have gotten on the same page, Okay,
so. Good. And they look good together. I'm seeing like some of the press. Like they look good. The two of them.
Okay.
You don't think so? Why you say okay?
I'm
Ooh, what? Shade?
No, not at all. They look good just individually. Like I think Brandy's looking good. She's aging well. Monica's looking good. She's aging well. Together, I'm like, I don't really buy it as a duo. Like,
okay.
I can take it or leave it. Like,
gotcha. So you're not jumping to go see this concert?
Not even a little bit. I have to go.
Same here. I'm like, my friend is asking, do I want to go? And I'm asking too many questions already. Like,
Brandy and Monica, you like, who all gonna be there? Still asking. I just told you Brandy and Monica. But who all gonna be there? But now you know the addition is Kelly Rowland. They have added Kelly Rowland to the tour.
That's okay.
No, listen. Landman is going to have a new episode, so I'm really.
Oh, you're right.
I'm not pressed about.
So I'm waiting to hear. I'm waiting to hear if these are free 99 or I'm supposed to be paying to go see. Like I'm not. I don't know.
The Boy Is Mine. Don't get me wrong. That was a good MTV breakout video when it first came out. I had to come home from
Oh
school
yeah,
and
you
watch it.
need to give. Look.
Oh, hold on a minute. What was his name in the video? I loved him. Come on.
The Boy Is Mine.
Come on. Yes. Oh. He was in Soul Food.
What was his name? I can't think of his name. He's a model, isn't he?
He was. I'm gonna say Whitaker.
Not Bokeem. Bokeem Woodbine.
Now I'm like, I gotta find it. You gotta be
Oh.
kidding me. They done pulled up a whole movie. I'm like, The Boy Is Mine video. Girl, why they won't let me get to it?
Because it ain't
Mekhi Phifer.
Oh, Mekhi Phifer.
Oh,
Yes. Mekhi. What happened to Mekhi?
Oh my goodness. So when they sang The Boy Is Mine, I was singing right with him like, The Boy Is Mine.
Mm-hmm. He was some fine chocolate.
He had a look. Right? Oh, anyway, speaking of a look.
I think he was from Harlem too.
Maybe.
Right? I think so. I mean, that was back in the day. Now
he put on some weight. He eats good.
He look like he eat good. Maybe no. When you say that, you eat not so good, but you eat.
You have a low vibrational plate.
You might like hog maws.
You might say, are you going to eat your crust?
I like crust.
I can't talk because that'd be me.
So I was like, who throws away crust?
Some people do, and that just pissed me off.
I know. One of your sisters are like, why is this even a thing? Were we raised in this by the same people?
That's like not eating all the chicken on the wing. That's the equivalent.
Oh, I do that. I don't.
You don't eat all your chicken.
I don't really know how to clean a chicken wing off.
I remember when Diana and her sister came to our house years ago. This is my best friend Diana, and I remember those girls. When I tell you, pling, they dropped the balloons on the plate. Pling, pling. And I just remember saying to them, I was like, my mother and father are going to love you.
That means they ate the gristle.
You know how it looks like somebody like cleans the bone with the top?
Bleach the bone.
They just, the whole top of their mouth. I was like, God damn. Because remember, Daddy used to get on us like, pick.
I know. We know how to eat chicken.
Yeah, I know how to eat some wings. I eat flats. Don't you worry about me. But Joyce would, clean up our plates. Remember, she'd be like, "Give me all bones." Like, yeah, I know how to eat chicken. Diana knew how to clean that up. I was like, "Oh God, look at that rack of bones."
I still don't. I don't know how to eat chicken like that.
Oh, wow! So you need like a chicken breast to kind of.
Sometimes, yeah.
I can take down a little wing yet.
Yeah, but I did. I made some chicken wings the other day. Your mother came over. I took my time because it took me 2 days. I seasoned them for a day, and then I put some barbecue, and
where they do that?
I have this new pan that allows you to have like a little grill. So basically, there's some air that gets underneath. You can cook them. Man, they were the best wings I have made, and I had. They were so good. So maybe I did kind of clean them. I did clean them good. I like clean the bone when I ate it. It was so good.
Is it an air fryer you made it?
I don't like air fryers. I didn't get on the air fryer thing. I had 2 air fryers, and I gave them away. I did not jump on the air fryer bandwagon.
So what is this? You said it has a little air on the bottom?
So it's a pan that you put in the oven, but it has a grill over top of the pan that sits up. So it's kind of like putting a grill in the oven. So oven grilled. There's oven grilled chicken.
That's different.
It's different. And I like the way that it cooks it. So I don't have to flip them over or anything. But it was really, really good.
It sounds good. I believe you.
Talking about it right now. I'm so hungry.
I believe you. Yeah, I'm hungry too. Okay. Speaking of hungry, I don't know. So Tyler Lepley,
speaking of hungry,
who's fawning, and his partner, I'm going to say, Miracle Watts, they share a Christmas photo, and it includes his other kids, and it's a beautiful Christmas photo. I think I sent it to you in the notes.
Yeah.
Everybody's beautiful. This is very cover of the magazine. So that new little one, that's hers with him. And then those 2 other little awkward fuckers, those are the ones that he have with his other partner. They look like they're
Okay.
no good, right? So this baby mom came out. Her name is April, and she did this whole clip going on about how like we are not a blended family. Like, do not get it twisted. Like
Who said that?
the mother of his two children,
Okay, the mother of these two kids, the little.
right? That are
Okay,
twin
'cause
miracles.
nobody's really see. You can't see the picture, but
You can't see. Oh, okay, okay. I'm like, you can't see it. So it's a beautiful picture. Maybe we'll throw it out there so y'all can see really quick. So yeah, so she went on to say, like, don't believe the hype. Like, we are not a blended family. Granted, he comes from a home where his parents are taking care of the kids financially, but like he's not doing his part as like a daddy, and I'm not here to front. And she's not the stepmother to my kids. It's not like that. Like she
mm,
so other people are saying the folks are talking and they're saying she just sounds like she saw that picture and it looked so
mm-hmm.
beautiful and she was mad about it because
That's what it
he
sounds like. Mm-hmm. Like you ain't in it. That's a happy
uh,
family over here, and you ain't in it.
I'm like, this is a beautiful picture, but it's like, he is not. He is not. And I'm like, Miracle's her name. She's kind of looking kind of
Mhm.
happy with the new baby, if you ask
She
me.
does. I like her. I like them together. Remember, Tyler Lepley was on
P Valley.
P Valley, and then she made an appearance on it, and then they got together, and I was like, I do not think that they are faking when they having sex. They're
No, they were
sexy.
already together when they did that whole scene.
Yeah, so it was looking very it was giving OnlyFans very much so.
Yeah, thank you though.
It was good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was like, oh, okay, thank you for letting us see what's really
Y'all
going
did that.
on. And then after she had a baby, like who would have known that was going to happen? But
Mhm.
yeah, and then you have other people that are people are just talking, saying that like the first thing she said was she saw the picture. She said, "I know you fucking lying."
I know you fucking lying.
She got her phone out. She was like, "Let me say something. Let me say something about Tyler."
Oh, she
She
was
was
like
like,
that Kermit the Frog. Ah, girl.
no, no, no. She was like the lady chewing the gum. Like she has something she wanted to say. She's like, "Let me get on live and say
Oh.
something," because really, to some extent, like, yeah, you have children. Your kids look good. You put them in the right shirts, dresses. Everything looks really good. And even if it is just for the gram, you would rather him come out and make an announcement that he's in love and things are together
Yes.
versus the other way around. So sometimes we just got to move on.
Mhm.
I don't know. Is he really?
You
Is he
know
really
it.
like that? Anyway,
Mhm.
yeah. Where you want to go? You want to go Tyra Banks
Alright.
on Bazaar in Australia on her little
I mean, it
rant?
sound like you already touched on it. And
Did you see it?
yeah, I saw the video. I don't think so. Basically, there's a video that you sent me of Tyler, and I'm about to call her Tyra Banks. So she was spotted in Sydney, Australia, and she looked like she had on her Santa Claus outfit, and she's promoting her ice cream smize. And honestly, I saw the rant. It just looked like she was having a good time. She probably was drinking some eggnog, or was a little boozed up, and she had a microphone, and she was just having a good time. I don't know what the bizarre rant for 20 minutes was about
Yeah.
at a
So
gay
that was
club.
I was looking at it and I was just trying to figure out what she's talking about. So she did say reindeer, whatever. It was something according to Christmas. She did kind of like make it reindeer. And I was like, okay, she's being funny. But then after a while, it was just like, okay, things are not really making sense. Where's she going? So in the comments, somebody said, I know a good ecstasy pill when I see it. Like I know a good, like, no, somebody said, I know a good edible when I see one and let the lady
Mhm.
live. That's all that was. Like,
And that's what I felt like. If it wasn't something she was drinking or had a little something, looked like she was having a good time. I don't know what the beef is about.
but it was
And
enough.
like
That headline, Tyra goes on bizarre 20-minute rant at gay bar. What? What? Yeah, I
people
want to
going
see
people.
what y'all talking about. But she has a Smize. She has a Dream ice cream brand.
Mhm.
So I'm like, okay, Tyra, not you are still in the runnings to becoming America's next top
America's Best Top
model.
Model.
Giving out
Congratulations.
congratulations. I be saying that to the kids at work. They have
I
no
be
idea.
saying that all the time.
Congratulations. You're
Dudes, I'll be like, congratulations. You're still in the running for becoming America's Next Top Model.
like what? That show was the shit. Y'all have no idea.
It was for the minute. Mhm.
Yeah, ask Eva Pickford. She'll tell you.
Mhm.
Remember? So anyway,
All
we
right,
need
moving
to get
on.
to this. 50 Cent's new Netflix documentary has all the people a talking. All the
Mm.
people would be us. We are the people.
Yes. You and I have not talked about it yet. We just said we were watching it,
Right.
but
So I watched it. It's 4 parts, and right now it's a Netflix #1 docuseries. So it has beat out Stranger Things. And Stranger Things, like even 50 said, he was like, the Stranger Things franchise, like I knew it was going to be successful, but like shit, beat out Stranger Things. Like, so yeah, so there's this documentary about Sean Combs and it's called The Reckoning. and docuseries, and it was directed by Alexandria Stapleton. So that was somebody who, to be in the forefront of this all, it's like you want to see this woman who put this whole thing together, because I must say it was excellent. The story was told, and it was very good. We know our brother Mark was there, and he spoke his piece, which was a long time coming, Mark Curry. And it was a lot of people who helped build Bad Boy and had to somewhat stand back and watch as things fell because of Puff Daddy and his behaviors and the way he treated people and a lot of his activities. So, what did you think? 4-part series.
I mean, first of all, I loved it. I'm the one that said, make sure you watch it. It was, you how many documentaries have been made about Puffy so far, about Diddy so far? It's been a couple. We've seen, Surviving R. Kelly, Surviving Diddy. This was not that. Like, this to me was on the level of the Jeffrey Epstein documentary that's on Netflix, which I actually thought was very excellent. Like, this was a really good piece of journalism. So I'll say that first, because at first, when you're watching 50 Cent do the rounds, he was really deferring to the producer. He wasn't really saying too much, and I could see why, because initially this was not a hit piece. I know that was reported in the media that it was a hit piece, but no, I actually think, as a person who majored in English and then you majored in communications, this had some really great journalistic points to it. So it was very well put together. So I will say that. I think the footage that was utilized, which 40% of this documentary was Diddy. It was his own footage that I know in his heart of hearts he never thought that it would get into the hands of his arch nemesis, 50 Cent, and a whole production would be built around it. But this goes back to that man's ego and his God complex, because it was so big and so large, like you never thought. And just the way he was talking to his lawyers, which that's how it began, and I'm like, that right there is violating all kind of attorney-client privileges, because I know his attorney did not know that he was being recorded at that time. There's so many takeaways from it. Our brother Mark in it, which provided some comedy relief.
Oh man,
he was talking about the
rap.
Song that Mark wrote, the "Come with Me," the one that was in the Godzilla movie, and he had told me that how he had to coach Diddy into saying certain things, saying it like with the cadence.
Yeah.
So no one can. It's so many points that I want to mention, and we don't have enough time. But I think they did a really good job with going back to his childhood. The pictures that you saw when Diddy was a little Diddy, and Kirk Burrows, and just kudos to Kirk finally being able to tell some of his story. I think he has one of the most egregious and horrific stories that he could tell. And unfortunately, when whether Kirk Burrows and Diddy were lovers or whatever was going on, I'm pretty much of the mind that they did have a very extensive relationship that went from childhood to owning this business to getting turned out, and then having the whole company, because originally Bad Boy was Kirk Burrows and Janice Combs.
Founder. Yeah, he said he was the one who put the money down,
and everybody full knew that. So by the time that Kirk was able to do anything legally, the statute of limitations had already run, and they threw the case out, because he had sued Diddy way back for his royalties, for the money from the company, and he wasn't able to. But it was, and you see this man, you see Kirk, and I'm like, because I remember seeing him back in the day. So, I may look a certain way, but this is also reminds me that there are people that weren't there. Remember, like when all of this was going on, they were talking about the City College, and I remember on that day walking up the hill, because I was staying at our grandmother's, and I was mad because that was a Christmas where I had somebody, me in the stories, right? So I was on punishment. So basically I went to Ninny's. I went to our grandmother's to stay during the holiday break, because it was like the winter break. and I was supposed to meet, I believe, Crystal. I was going to walk up to, because you had seen the flyers for that City College show all over the place. Remember, they used to have these little flyers, and sometimes they would do stuff at the Harlem Armory, but they were doing it at City College. And all I saw, I remember seeing Jodeci was going to be there. LL Cool J was gonna be there, Heavy D was gonna be there, and that's who you knew. You knew like Heavy D, and Puffy was kind of throwing parties. But I remember walking up that hill, up to, I think it was on Convent Avenue, and it was so. I mean, they said it started at 7, and you get there, around that time. It was so many people. It was packed, like you could see people on the glass on the inside, and we didn't know that people had passed away until, get home and you watch it on the news. But I just remember that day. But the point was bringing people out for what would have been a great event. And then I don't know if you remember, Shatara, because I remember on the news, there was a time they would bring Puffy out. Puffy was on the news, and they were blaming him for not having enough security, and they would cloak him. He would have a blanket over his head, and coming in to talk to the media. And after a while, the families came in and they were suing, and then it just kind of, I think he was fired from Uptown, which allowed him to open Bad Boy. But that incident where 9 lives were lost during that event, it kind of got brushed under the rug, because I've been listening to people who know who Diddy is, but they don't remember that's what started his career, was that tragedy. There are people that weren't even around and didn't even know that happened.
Wow.
So that was interesting to bring that up, to not to relive that, but like, wow, that really did happen. And this man rose from the ashes in true scorpionic form. Y'all are Scorpios, you know how, you could take something and rise from the ashes. He really did. From that point.
And that was like the beginning. Like, if there was blood on his hands for that, like his boy Kirk said, like that right there started.
But that was right.
Made him powerful in that sense, because he was the face of the news for something so horrific.
Ooh, I remember seeing, it was on the news all the time, and then that was it.
It was a stampede. That was
it. And they call it a stampede, but I really think, because if you ever go to City College, to that gymnasium, the gym is kind of in the basement, so you're like going down the stairs. So people were bum rushing to get in the doors and go down the stairs. So imagine, people were piled up. That was such a tragic event. So, but that was where P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, was really born during that time. And he rose from the ashes, and he became, he is hip hop. There's nobody on the face of this earth, I think, that you can name. If you name a rapper and it's like, well, Diddy's not really a rapper, but the legacy that he has left outside of this tragedy and all that has gone on, but he's huge. He was huge.
Yeah.
So I think the documentary did justice in tying Tupac and Biggie's murders to whatever was going on with Puffy.
Well, when they did bring that up, and Kirk, his longtime friend, said, now seeing this through my adult, mature eyes, he made it his point to say that. My adult, mature eyes. Now, yes, I do think that he played a part in Tupac's passing. For him to say that, it was very honest. I didn't take it no other way. He's
and when you think where this man, if you know a little bit about Kirk, he's been broken. He's been homeless. He's had a rough go at it.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, well, he ain't really got nothing to lose at this point.
Well, even when he said, like, in the beginning, the money was there, and he believed in him. But then he said, when he started to get so full of himself, he said he was sexually deviant, which I think when people said that, okay, well, he had a relationship with him, he basically was saying he would call him in while he was getting head. Call him in the office, and he'd be like, what was that about? Like, just so he can see it. Just, he was constantly doing that. So there was moments like that. It's like, okay, the deviance was there. He started to see that, like, and threatening him with a bat because he wanted his shares. Give him back and you'll get him back.
That was a part of it. But, go and read, if you read his lawsuit that he initially filed, is much deeper. Of course, as a documentary, it was only 4 parts. everything couldn't be in it, but it's
Kirk told so much
it's a
more.
lot deeper and a lot darker.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah.
Even was Capricorn, the assistant who the
Yes.
position,
You
and
know, did you see the trauma? I think that was a lot of what she was talking about was the trauma bonding that happens. Because I felt her. It's good that you bring her up because I wanted to talk about her testimony because basically when she testified, nobody believed her. Like they were like, "This is unbelievable.
it's
You
not
got
even believable.
kidnapped," and
Hmm.
I mean, nobody believed that, right? But as I'm listening to her, I listened to what she was saying was that basically I don't want to be the one to throw him under the bus because then it could be turned out like putting another black man down, like doing so. I want to uplift him, and honestly, that hit a chord with me because I understand that in relationships where it's that trauma bonding that goes on, and I don't want to bring a black man down. I don't want, but this black man is abusive
Hmm. Hmm.
to you and to people around you.
And I mean, she admitted to being complicit, and that's also what Kirk said. At some point, some people were complicit. Some people became accessories to the crime because nobody was speaking up, and everybody was kind of turning the other cheek to, all right, he's such a big mogul. We don't, like you said, we don't want to bring the black man down.
And that's excellently why it was called The Reckoning.
The reckoning.
Because it's not just about blaming another man and pointing fingers, but it's calling everybody to look at yourself. And why do we protect abusers? This is something that we do even when they're harming other people. Why do we're complicit? As you said, we get into these spaces where you see what's going on, but you're complicit in so many ways. Why is that happening? Is it the wealth, the fame, the money, the power? What's happening? So it's calling every one of us to you have to recognize and have a reckoning with your own self.
Mm-hmm. What part?
Because whether they built a story about his childhood trauma and Janice, and I can say, I mean, allegedly Janice going at it with him and he going at it with her, and he
hit her.
There was I don't know if you saw, it was an episode of, I want to say it was Dr. Phil, but I can't remember, but it was Puffy on and Janice Combs was in the audience.
Yes, I saw that.
And where she said, he doesn't know, but I used to basically, she was working probably at the strip club.
At the after hour spot, and I served the drink and,
I did a little something and I got a little change, and
even the way she said that was very of all stories to tell, did you have
why would you tell that one? And it wasn't his face, Puffy's face wasn't like he didn't know. It was more like, why are you even saying that? So
yeah.
the rumor is that Janice Combs is not his mother, it's actually his aunt.
Mm.
And that, his mother and his father were killed. We know his father was killed, and it was a deep dive. It was a lot.
It's a lot of voids he's trying to fill.
That Biggie Tupac connection, that's a lot. They didn't touch on Kim Porter. No. And I was hoping to hear something related to.
I thought something, because that was so relevant. The fact that he went after Kim Porter when Albie Shore had her. And that kind of was the start of him always going after.
And he went after the child's with Tupac's girl. After Tupac was dead, and then he had a baby with her. Because remember this.
Who was Misa with first? Who was Misa with first?
I thought Misa was with Eric Sermon.
Okay, yes. So it was Misa. It was first because then he was shooting this video, and the young lady said that she was drugged, and that was a whole thing. Remember?
Oh man!
And she woke up and heard the video was being played in the barbershop.
And it was being played. So this is where I'm like,
people would do that.
People would do that.
Yes, that's why the Greek Fest turns into be a whole documentary.
You are exactly right, because that was, and I thought about that, like that was a real thing.
Yeah, female.
That was a real, and I've seen that, and I've been in places where they're playing these videos, and you don't know if all of those people have consented or were they drugged. I don't know.
Yeah, I believe her, and that hurt.
Absolutely,
she's like, I believe her mother wrote a letter to his mother saying, let me tell you what your son
Oh,
did. Because her mother was a social worker. She said, we didn't have money, but they had values and family, and
yes.
no reason to not believe what this woman is saying. And
Oh,
it touched my heart and it hurt. So that was also a starting point. And then from there was Eric Sermon with Misa. I got to have his girl. Then it was,
I'll be sure.
I'll be sure, I got to have Kim Porter. And then there was another
Puffy.
one,
I mean, Tupac.
Tupac. So right. And I
50
like the fact
Cent.
that Tupac didn't really fuck with him and kept it real. Like, yo, I fuck with your boy Biggie, but I'm not really rocking with you like that. And he stood by who he was. And for that, I like Tupac even more. Like, you don't gotta
Love
like
him for
everybody.
that.
It's really okay. You don't have
Yeah.
to make a big public, you don't have to make a big public fight about it. But
Well,
it's
he
cool.
did. Fuck the click and the click. Next time when we ride.
But initially, him and Big were friends.
But
And
initially,
and
yes.
that was it, right? So before that beef came out, we didn't know that Puff, and Tupac weren't friends, and Puff wanted to be friends with Tupac, but he was jealous of the friendship. We didn't know all that. It wasn't really public until the song came out. If they
Until the
had
song.
twins, you probably have two Pacs. Get it?
Mm,
Two Pacs. We all know that verse. But anyway,
yeah. So, what do you think about the allegations of Diddy having something to do with Tupac's unaliving?
does that bring us to the woke?
Well, I think we're already in the woke.
Woke. Okay, we're in the
Kind
woke.
of.
I well, once they pretty much gave the history of his son and him in the studio, and a young man was shot, and they fled the scene,
And covered it up.
and right, and nothing was said, and they said we all just said to the cops what was needed to be
Well,
said.
that was way later, though.
Right, I know, but I'm just saying, like, to know that he was already in business of hurting people. This is nothing new. I just knew, like, okay, this is all very possible, because that was something that I even forgot. Like, I forgot he had been in the news for something like that. I forgot he had, like, oh, he shot that woman in the club. Like, oh, yeah, he paid somebody who was it he was in line with the Crip, and that whole connection with the son, and I got protection when I go to LA, and yeah, homeboy said, yeah, he was paid. He was paid. He was supposed to take him out. Yeah, I believe it. Wow. And then to have, and the dude, clearly he's in jail and he's singing. He's he's singing. He like, I got nothing to lose now. But he said, yeah, he was given the money, supposed to split it, and yeah.
And didn't even get all the money. That was the thing, which is Diddy's MO. It just, not the
Woo!
idea of exchanging money for a life is crazy, but Diddy didn't even pay.
Wow. So yeah, I believe it. I believe it. I thought that was that, and to me, that was maybe some of the bigger issues that needed to be brought to light in this documentary.
What about Craig Mack's wife?
Oh,
I loved her.
they said he peeled off $100 bill.
hmm When they lights it, she's like, we need that. He needs to support his family.
And his album is booming. Everybody's hearing his.
I mean,
It goes back to what our brother Mark said. He said, for all that, you might as well just have a job. You know what I'm saying? Mark was funny. Yeah.
you gotta love our brother.
After
But
all that,
right? They're like,
you have a job. Like, for all that, like, the song is doing good. And then I guess Defro had offered Craig Mack to come there. And his wife is like, I'm getting money from my father for our bills. Like, I'm getting help.
mm.
And my man had a lot of money and was like, oh, here's $100. That was
That was crazy. And what's her name from Dirty Money sitting there talking about she needed $5,000 to fight to get custody of her children. And Puffy told her I didn't have it. He don't have it for her. But I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you
to make a statement.
to. I
And this is that. Hey, this is your big brother. Hey, call me. Call me back. I need, if you can. And I like how they showed him talking on the phone about, somebody please put in that call, make a statement. Oh, I can't believe Dawn is, whatever he said. I can't. What is she talking about? Blah 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 blah. And then at the end, now we know who he was talking to. So they brought it all full circle. A lot of these conversations he was having
what do you mean?
on these phone calls, at first, the way it started, he's on the phone talking and asking somebody to make a statement for him. And what is this? I didn't know he was talking to her.
to Dawn
Yes, I
from
didn't know
Dirty
he was
Money.
talking to her. At first, when they first showed that conversation,
Mhm.
I didn't know he was talking to her. It came out at the end when she said, I just needed $5,000. And, she wiped her eyes and he told me he didn't have it.
That's great. That was crazy.
But
Like, for real?
she did say whatever they had going on between them, I was not a witness. She went on to say, I'm not a bad person, but I can't speak to that. Like,
which goes into, what about Aubrey O'Day? That was so traumatic to watch. That was painful.
When
her
the witness that said they saw her.
So the witness, who I guess was there for something else, but had peeked into a room and saw allegedly Aubrey O'Day getting assaulted by Diddy and someone else, and Aubrey O'Day could not remember it.
She said, she's like, was I raped? Was I not? She said she's not even trying to go any deeper for her own soul's sake.
That was heartbreaking to watch her read the text from the woman that had witnessed this essay happening. And the woman even told her, like, I will support you. You want to bring this out? I will vouch for you because I know what I saw.
I know what I saw. And then they asked the woman, are you 100, what they say, are you sure? She said, like, she's 1,000% sure. Like,
she's positive what she saw.
Like,
and
Audrey O'Day, that was
which
her.
goes to the drugging, and she couldn't remember. And she's like, it was a catch-22 because basically, if I say that she's lying, I'm messing it up for everybody else who I know actually this happened to. And if I admit to it, then what kind of can of worms Pandora's box is going to open up for me psychologically and emotionally?
And see, Audrey was going to go to school. She was going to go to law school before she became a singer. So even the way she pretty much like held this statement, it was very, she's intelligent to say the least. Like she legally knows how she's tiptoeing even to this very moment.
Yeah. Cause he tore her up. I don't know if it was Making a Band or what show, but I remember like whatever was going on behind the scenes. I remember back in the day watching, I'm like, he was so nasty to her.
Yeah.
Nasty. Like, you're just, I'm not, whatever it was, like she wasn't attractive. She wasn't, it was just terrible. It was nasty. And now when you hear the layers of it, like, oh.
Yeah.
It's just a crummy.
It just not being a good person.
No, but this was just eye-opening. I mean, and I think I've heard, our brother wrote a book about it, some of what he experienced years ago. Everybody has a story to tell. And I was talking to a friend and I'm like, this is not something where, I'm gonna still listen to his music. I'm not, I'm a little different when it comes to that. So I don't want to even hear it. He defined my whole teen years, my whole young adult years. It's defined by Bad Boy Records, by the music that came out from that era. So I'm never going to just erase it. And two, to be fair, Diddy is not the only one. Ooh. There's men and women who engage in these type of things. He's not the only one. So it's not a, but considering that it has gone on for so long and that it's just the nastiness of it. I can't even explain how.
And then they said that when they were the hotel, like 6 days before his arrest, when they went to basically like
the feds is watching, they on the roof.
He still had some coke. He still had baby oil. He still had some gummies.
That's not funny.
He had a few cigarettes. He just still had a whole plethora of like, I'm still partying. And
right. So not, and I mean, we watched him beat Cassie's ass, right? Did. And do you find how people, like they want to, I don't want to say forget about it, but it's like, we all saw that, right? Like that really happened.
That was, and I thought about that. There's a football player who I want to say he like stomped his wife in the elevator and it got
Ray Rice.
And I'll never forget that. I just remember like this man who clearly would have won the fight, like really, he stomped this woman. And that's what I thought of when I saw Puffy dragging her. I was like, wow. So it says a lot about.
And then lied about it. And lied to our faces.
Egregious lies. I'm like, oh, he's using big words. It's egregious lies against me. And it was just, so can you imagine Cassie and then the other women who have experienced the abuse from him? And I will say this also, it was so profound that I think maybe it was Kirk or somebody else brought up the fact that he's not teaching his sons to take care of the company. He's not teaching them like how to be men and to really like keep the legacy.
Absolutely not.
He's not doing any of this behind closed doors. Like he's partying with them. Like it's a shame to see them in Central Park and he's passing Justin a blunt and they back and forth and it's just like
no. And the conversation was basically, how we gonna get me out of this? How we gonna get somebody to lie or say something? Like that's what Justin was tasked to do. How you gonna save your dad? Not any reckoning, not any repentance, not any honesty. Because by now everybody knows you didn't see the video. You stomped Cassie out. And you have your eldest son over here trying to coordinate and put together, and not to say, yes, you don't want your father going to jail. I get it. But that whole scene is still that megalomaniac, that God complex person, still that narcissist, still trying to, how we gonna get me out of it? Now it's your responsibility. My grown son. That was crazy. That was crazy.
Like talking to the lawyer, like, okay, come up with some answers. I'll call you back because you're not saying we have a solution. I was like, wow, okay. They call you back, all right. The feds is going to be there. You ride your bike through New York City all you want. And now you're in Harlem with Jim Jones at the bodega and out in front of the Apollo because they said, now you in Harlem, you want to make sure your people are with you. But had it been some years ago when you was on your high, you wasn't trying to be out there hugging the people like that.
I remember I went to, my favorite club was Club NB. And I went one night to meet up with our brother. And well, now I was so oblivious to drugs. Like, honestly, I don't remember people doing drugs and doing stuff back in the day like that. A little weed, a little whatever, but whatever it was. And he had on like those dark sunglasses in the club, say hello, what's up or whatever. And I remember he just sat like a statue in the corner. And now he wasn't sleeping, but he was watching everybody. But now I'm like, okay, well, maybe he was high on something. I don't know. Just a weird type. I do want to mention the tattoo on Diddy's back.
What was
it? In certain circles, we have very high level conversations about that. So, and they showed it in the documentary. So Diddy has a tattoo on that covers his entire back. And it looks like the Madonna and Child kind of, that's the archetype. But in actuality, and I don't know what it stands for him, but in certain circles, it's a Haitian Lua, which is a spirit of Ursula Dantor. And Ursula Dantor was, I believe, she saved the Haitians during the French Revolution. She was a patron saint. But the stories around Ursula Dantor is that she loves her followers, but it's not a love that, all goody whatever. She's a fierce protector for women, femininity, and for women that have been abused. And it's very interesting that this man has this tattoo on his back.
You think?
Because it's almost like she's on his back, and I know at this point that energy is riding his back for real. But it's very interesting that he has this symbol, because symbols are everything, and invoking a sort of symbol of really feminine rage, because that's what Ursula Dantor stands for. It's that strong feminine rage that gets retribution and punishment for abusing women, abusing the feminine. And he has this tattoo on his back. Symbols are everything.
Wow. I'm like, food for thought. Geez.
Yeah.
So, tying it all in. Ursula. Ursula? Is the name Ursula?
Ursula Dantor. There are different. It's a Haitian archetype or a Lua, which is a spirit.
Wow.
And I don't know if he's ever spoken about it. It would be really interesting to hear what Diddy has to say about it. But I'm like, how you gonna have the spirit of this woman who goes after people who abuse women? She punishes them, and you have it on your back. But okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Another thing that I think the documentary touched on, or at least you got to see, and I think it painted it in a very, very, with very broad strokes, made it very clear when we talk about energy vampires,
Mm-hmm.
people in our lives who, the idea that, we have people, and people in your life who feed off of others mentally, emotionally,
Suck you
sexually,
dry.
financially, spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
I said, suck you dry.
Yeah. And this is just, if you wanted a poster for how this looks in real life, you can look at Diddy and this story. I've heard the word aura harvesting, going out and, when you know you're the light, and people, there are vampires that suck that life out of people. I mean, just like suck you dry. You said it.
Mm-hmm.
And women and men, it can happen when you have something positive going on. Looking at Biggie, who was, just think of this.
Mm-hmm.
Biggie Smalls, as big as he was, and
Mm-hmm.
he was, 20 years old with one eye going this way, whatever. Women loved him. Women loved him. Biggie, I mean, he
However,
was sexy in his own way. Can't even explain it. But that charisma, that flow, he was talented.
mm-hmm.
And just thinking of somebody like that.
Right.
And then you have a Diddy who is in his energy,
Mm-hmm.
sucking off of it. And I'm not saying, one thing I would say with Diddy is he's a grand manifester. He can manifest. I mean, obviously we've seen it, the things that he's manifested in his life.
Yeah.
The talent to pull things together. But in other words, he wasn't a rapper. He wasn't a singer. He didn't make, he had, what was the name of his people that were putting together the music? Because he never did it. That wasn't his thing.
The hit makers.
Was it the hit maker? So he has people, pulling together he's pulling the greatest from people.
Yeah.
And making it his own.
Well,
that's why Suge Knight got on the stage, all up in your videos, all up. He wanted that, the stardom, the fame. Mm-hmm.
Initially, I want to say again, back to Kirk, he said, I guess you could say I was one of Diddy's disciples. So when you say, you have these people that are the hitmen, they're making beats, and then you have the people who are co-founders to the company. Like, yes, he is sucking and dragging everything he can from everybody, from the young lady Capricorn, taking what he can from her, and taking the weakness of everybody from the band. If you really look at it, like, this man is not being nice to you. If you really look at the cost of fame, he's not being nice. But really, your want and your ambition is something that he's going to trade for you. I'm going to take your integrity. I'm going to take your self-preservation. I'm going to take all that. I'm going to belittle you, and I'm going to take that from you in exchange for what? To be on Making the Band. No, nobody's rich. Nobody's comfortable. That was the main thing. Nobody
prospered.
But I do like that the Locks. Did you hear about the Locks spoke up, and they were like, nah, Diddy, like, they like served him papers. Like, apparently, yeah, it was a call with Jadakiss, and
What happened?
Jadakiss let him know, like, now you want to talk? Like, oh, now you want to talk? Like, we've been calling you. We put it on paper. They let it be known what was really happening, with the money, what's happening. Oh, now you want to talk? Because I guess they got their lawyers involved.
Good for them. Well, one of, I guess, excellent documentary. I would actually watch it again, wouldn't you? Would you watch it again?
I would watch it again. Now, it's funny because when I look at these docuseries, I think of Charlie Sheen, and then I look at Puffy, and I think of which one did I have fun watching? I had fun watching the Charlie Sheen documentary.
Absolutely. Yeah, this was not a fun documentary.
Like, it's a different I gotta see, like, set my mood. But the Puffy one, it would be cool if they had maybe one more episode. Like, I would like some new findings to come out of it. They did a great job. I can see why it's number one. Going back to see it again, I don't know, maybe if I feel like I'm doing some type of research for some from new points, but it was a little disturbing. And then just even to hear about the young man who was on the boat with him making beats, he was happy. And
oh my goodness,
it took him like 4 months for Puffy to just lay down like 8 tracks. Like,
I think it was longer than that. He was like, it took them a long time because the man is not as talented as he seems to be. That was a particularly, just to mention that really quick, that was a particularly eye-opening story or testimony coming from that young guy. I can't think of his name, the producer who spent that time on the island.
It was Lil Rod.
Little Rod. That was
Yeah.
particularly disturbing. And I say why because Lil Rod was born after there's a Puffy that we knew from back in the day.
Right.
And he wasn't so I guess you're looking at like, this is the man that's the gatekeeper to that sort of fame, that level of in music. I need to get through this gate. I get it. But he was so young because I'm like, he wasn't even there's a whole life of Diddy that we grew up with that this young boy has no idea of.
Yeah.
So you're just, he's just happy to be here. And the drugging, because what I heard was that
Woo.
he went to a lawyer after it was all said and done because he didn't get his money. He was supposed to get, I think, $275,000 something dollars, and he said he might have got $29,000. And he went to a lawyer to ask, I guess when he went to a lawyer to find out what he could do about it. And the lawyer, after hearing what Lil Rod told him, walked him into basically a police station. And that's how it came out. That's how it came out.
Oh.
Because of the drugging and the essay, the sexual assaults. That Little Rod went from his attorney to the police. That was crazy. That was
sad.
So I think he was very believable and truthful because, again, I think he was 29 years old. Like you're looking at Daddy as Daddy, as Puff Daddy, as this older figure, this gatekeeper to music. You don't know. You have no idea. You don't know about City College. You don't know about the shooting at Club New York. You don't know about the when he. You don't know the history. So you're just here. Oh man, my heart went out to him.
He thought he was going to have a house. He thought there was going to be a $250,000 check. He thought he was going to get an award for like best producer. Like there was a lot of promises that went in. And as soon as he started asking about the money, he's like, I spent Christmases away from my own kids and my own family to be with him. So it just makes you think like, well, what's really going on with Diddy and your family? Why you got this kid on a treadmill? And to me, he was a kid. The same way I look at Cassie, she was a kid. So same way I look at his sons around him, they're kids. So it's almost like he's surrounded by people who are young and impressionable, and he's making his impression. And that's how he thrives. So when we say Biggie had the charisma, yeah, but to be 20 years old and to have somebody say, I'm about to make you king of New York, roll with me. Yeah, that's like a dream come true. I got the skill. You going to help me work with it? Take me somewhere. Come with me. Didn't he have a song called Come With Me? Shit.
He sure did.
So you kind of look at the people that he was around. And
that's the one our brother wrote.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. That was Mark was on that one. So it's some people who were not young and impressionable. It seems like they will say today, he left a bad taste in my mouth. And I would say Mark is one of them. Not young and impressionable. Happy to be there, but like, hold up. Wasn't going for a lot of that. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Anywho, so the songs will continue to play because...
And I think so. I mean, he ain't in jail forever. But I think after this documentary, things will never be the same. I halfway thought, he'll come out in 30 months or whatever, and he can probably get back to Diddy bopping. But now I'm thinking he might have to go to Bali like Russell Simmons and just not come back.
I mean, it's a shame because he has daughters and they are the ones who are in court supporting him every day. But as far as
the saddest thing, because that man, he only cares about himself. If he cared about his kids, he wouldn't be in this situation.
So, and then they don't have their mother on top of it. My heart goes out to them just in general. When they write their book, it'll be something else. Like they've been through.
Yeah, because they can't be shielded from all of this. Like they have to know what's going on.
Yeah, they know what's going on. I know some people have stepped up to really help out with that.
You don't see Al B. Sure's son no more talk about that's his dad.
He's not. But let me tell you something that was funny. When Al B. Sure came on and told his bit in the beginning and, the music and working with Heavy D and stuff. Let me tell you something. And I'm sure you know this. I used to love Al B. Sure. Al B. Sure he was the love of my life. And I
thought he was mine though. Like I had to write on magazines.
But my thing was like, how hot I was, like in terms of like how young I was. But he had this He had
I'll
a
phone home, girl.
you could call. Remember the
He
one?
had a what?
He had a 1-900.
Oh yeah.
And he would go, call me. Girl, don't you know I called? When I tell you, mommy whooped my ass. Girl. First, it was, so I had a thing for calling 1-900 numbers. I called Freddy Krueger. You remember Freddy Krueger? He would call me. So Freddy Krueger was one. I think I called Santa Claus before. I got a little more mature. It was Santa Claus, Freddy Krueger, then it was Albie Shore. And when he said, call me, and he did a little neck thing, I was like, where's the phone? I was like, where's the phone? Those rotor dial-ups. Oh, man.
I remember that. Like,
I called at Nini's house. I called from Nini's, and I called from our house in Teaneck. There was two. Mommy, when I tell you, I got whooped.
Because you ran the bill up. Them 900 numbers was like $1 a minute or something.
Oh, man. I know he sang a little song. He was like, hey, girl. And it was something, but I couldn't get enough. And I got in big trouble for that. So I'll be sure you owe me at least, if you're out there, I'll be sure you owe me at least $94 in phone bills between Harlem and Teaneck, New Jersey. And I got my ass whooped real good. It was worth the beat every time.
Oh my gosh.
I was talking to you.
Oh my God.
Call 1-900, I'll be sure. Get off on your own, girl. Oh, take my class picture. I can't wait to go home.
Man, I loved Albie Shore. My goodness.
He was, yeah.
I want to know what's on your mind. Oh, yes. Oh, you love me and you care? Because he had a deep voice too.
Oh.
You love me and you care? Mm-hmm.
Then he switched it up on you?
I am all alone. He sure did. And he had curly hair. Oh my gosh. And he had a unibrow. Loved it.
Okay. And I didn't care about that unibrow. It just made it look like.
I loved it. It made it even better. Oh my gosh.
That means he was straight.
Yeah, he did not.
Don't ask no questions. Which way he goes straight.
Oh man.
That's all. Yeah, I had a thing. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. When he came up, I was like, there he goes. There he goes. I was a victim. But there's like a what? I was a victim of Albie Shore. He stole my heart, and now I owe him. Man, mommy whooped my ass so bad. And then Nini called and was like, well, there's a 900 number here too. And they looked right at me. I was like, shit, around here. God, you people are just the biggest haters in these places I go, no matter where I go. God, you sound like you're the stalker if you ask me.
No.
You need to call Albie Shore. Shit, he'll talk.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So are we moving on to the Weekend Z report, or are we?
Yeah. We've been. Let's do it.
Okay. Yeah. Let's. It's a high vibe. It's a high vibrational, but it's low vibe. But that was a lot. The Reckoning. Yeah. But okay. So I want to say something, because just wrap this up with the Reckoning. It's a reckoning for our own selves, which I love that about it. So it means to really look at yourself. It also was showing me that it doesn't matter money or power or anything. You can't buy your healing. So healing that inner self is so important in this life. As we are on this journey, it's for each one of us to look at ourselves and to recognize, all the wealth and all the fame, that does not heal you from the inside. All the power does not heal you from the inside. So if you cannot heal yourself, that self-healing, that is so important. And what we saw on that screen in this documentary was some twisted masculinity, some an unhealed child that became an unhealed man. Okay. Gotta go. All right. Can we do the Weekend D?
Come on, let's go. So
okay, yeah. All right. So first of all, we here at the Weekend D, and if you have a comment or question for the Weekend D report, just go to our link tree, TWIS Pod, and scroll to the bottom. Send us an email, or you can leave us a voicemail message. So each week, we will unpack a chapter from our upcoming book called The Playa's Heartbreak Handbook. It is a survival guide for your heart, your wallet, and your peace. So we're writing this book for anybody who has loved hard and learned harder, because sometimes the lessons hit before the healing. So, Shatara, what we
All
gonna
right.
tell them?
All right. So tonight's chapter is called The Prince of Darkness. And once you hear this young lady's testimony, you will understand why. Hit it.
So she says, I've been listening to the show for a long time, and this is hard to admit out loud. There's a man who has been moving in and out of my life for years. When he enters, everything shifts. He's intense, seductive, magnetic. People admire him. Women want him. He makes me feel seen in a way no one else ever has, until he doesn't. At first, he feels like protection. He's confidence, his power. He talks about loyalty, masculinity, God, and how the world has tried to break him. But once I'm emotionally invested, something darker shows up. He controls the pace, the communication, the truth. He withholds affection, disappears, and then returns like nothing happened, expecting access to my body, my time, my emotional labor. When I question him, he turns it around like I'm too sensitive, asking for too much, don't understand him. Somehow, I end up apologizing for wanting clarity. The relationship leaves me anxious, off balance, and doubting my intuition. Yet when he comes back, I feel pulled to him in a way I can't explain. What I don't understand is why I keep choosing him, even though I feel smaller every time. Why his absence hurts more than his presence, and why walking away feels harder than staying. So, my question is, what is this kind of man really operating from? And why does his darkness feel familiar to me instead of frightening?
Hmm.
Oof.
Well, you know what I'm going to say first. Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Well, at first he feels like protection, confidence, power. He talks about loyalty, all this good stuff. And then he comes back and he withholds all that and he disappears. And then he pops back up. He sounds like a shapeshifter. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, he does.
It sounds like,
Mm.
wow, is he a Gemini? But don't bunch. You know, those motherfuckers are two people, so you just don't know who you're dealing with.
Oh my gosh.
I think that he sounds like he's no good. It sounds like he's no good for you. And the question would be, like you said, why does he have such a hold on you where it's magnetic? So clearly, even in his absence, it's so strong there. But what void is he filling for you? In it, like what void is really being filled there? So, you know, you ever hear somebody say, I love you for the both of us? Or I love you enough for
Mm,
both of us, something like that.
mm,
Or like,
mm.
shit, I look good for the both of us. Like, some women even say that. Like, in this case, it sounds like you're going to have enough love for the both of you because
If,
he's going to be absent. And that
why bother? But okay, I get what you're
right.
saying.
Right?
Why?
It
Why?
doesn't have to be cryptic. And people like that, because I've dealt with somebody like that before, they can be a little cryptic, for lack of a better word. And I don't really feel like the mind fuck. That's the best way to put it. I don't feel like the mind fuck because, I'm with the shits and that's as far as it goes. but the fucks, oh no, Jesus Christ. People like that, they're not self-aware. They're not even aware. And then usually, I bet you money if you check him and like let him know, like, yo, like, hey, and not to say you got to start with yo, but you can finesse that the same way this young doctor recently checked Shannon Sharp. You got to check that clip out, letting him know he needs, you need to man up. You're like acting like a boy. All these transactional moves you're making. There's a nice
Mhm.
way to tell him that this doesn't really work for you. Either A, he's going to get defensive and go off, or B, he's going to be deceptive. There's no in between here. And then you'll know what it is. But I would definitely go as far away from somebody like that as possible.
Absolutely. So, I recognize what sis is expressing about this person in her life that she's been going for 4 years with. We talked about Diddy a lot, and that's what we're bringing up. And we're joking. So one of the chapters that we're doing is called The Prince of Darkness, and it's funny, but it's not all funny because is men. We're not saying men are demons, although they can be, but it's more about recognizing a pattern. So when you talk about the Prince of Darkness, and it's an archetype, right? It's that man or a person in your life that forms that trauma bond with you. So at first it's like, well, you got to recognize what a trauma bond is, because it's where everything is on the line, emotionally, sexually, spiritually. You're giving this person access to all of these things that about you, but that person, you're not getting the stability that you crave. You're not getting the safety. It's not reciprocal. That's how you can see, okay, this is a trauma bond, and trauma bonds are dangerous because it's not love. But here's what happens, and I can only say this because I've been there before. When you have this attachment with someone, and you're going through these cycles. First, it's really intense, and we're fighting, we're not together, he's leaving, he's depriving you, you're depriving him of this, and then you get back together, there's this reunion, and then there's all this confusion and all the conversations, and there's no clarity, all of that, right? Your body learns to crave the relief, that good feeling that you get after some crazy shit happens. So you go through this emotional warfare with this person, and then y'all have this reunion. It's the honeymoon, right? Your body actually gets used to that feeling, of that relief feeling of like, okay, we went through something crazy, but here, now we all coochie coo again, right? That emotional cycle, we tend to mistake that for intimacy, and we think that's love, when that's not what it is. And the thing is, like, that Prince of Darkness, and I'm calling him that, right? Because, and y'all know who you are, and a woman can be a Prince of Darkness too, and it's done consciously or unconsciously, but it's meant to suck the life out of you, suck your vitality. That person, that man, is giving you just enough of what he thinks you need from him, just enough attention, just enough breadcrumbs. You have a plate full of breadcrumbs, just enough of that so that he can get what he needs, what he wants. Whether that's, most of the time, that's the sexual aspect. Mm-hmm. That's the emotional push and pull, And again, I'm talking about aura harvesting. It's taking your light down. You come in a room full of light, and that Prince of Darkness is going to dim that light little by little, or snap it right out. Mm-hmm. And that man needs you as his battery, because he does not have the light on his own. So he needs you to fortify and to feed into that darkness. So I feel for sis, because she wrote this whole soliloquy to us, and it's like she already knows. And don't you feel like half the time when our brothers and sisters, when they write in, it's like, y'all already know.
You said it. Yeah.
You just need confirmation.
Well,
you already said it.
She said it. When I question him, he turns it around and says, I'm too sensitive and I'm asking for too much. And she says, for this, she somehow ends up apologizing for wanting clarity. So that right there just sounds like I would say, the cryptic fuckery. All that right there, flipping it on you, and you're asking too much and you're too sensitive. Mm-hmm. And all you really wanted was clarity. If you're giving your body, let me just start there. If you're giving your body, first and foremost, you are never wrong for asking for clarity.
Absolutely. Your body is your temple. Yeah. Don't forget that.
Never wrong for asking for clarity. So if somebody doesn't take the time out and they really feel entitled to tell you that you're too sensitive when you are asking for clarity, which seems to be well-deserved, then to me, that it almost sounds like mean-spirited. Like the person sounds a little mean-spirited for me. Mm-hmm. And that doesn't sound kind. It doesn't sound gentle. It doesn't sound sensitive. It sounds very insensitive. And as women, we are sensitive people. I can be rough and tough with my lover, but I'm sensitive. So that right there, that just, I'm hearing that and I'm like, that's not very nice. And I think of this meme. It was a quote that I read, and it said that men who are insecure, they will always try to humble a woman who shines bright.
Absolutely.
You always find like, is this dude trying to humble me? Like, hold on a minute. And that's because he has his insecurities, and you make him feel shifted, off of his damn platform or whatever. And you find yourself like, he's trying to humble me. So when you say he turns it around, this sounds like somebody who his insecurities are all over the place and he's trying to humble you. Mm-hmm. So yeah. And you don't want to be with somebody who's empty anyway. You don't want to be with somebody who's on E.
And he's clearly showing you that that's where he is. But
okay.
again, that recognition is going, that reckoning is going to have to come from her. It's
Yeah.
going to have to be you, sis, that's going to wake up and say, you know what? This attraction in alignment with me? And answer that honestly. And, it's another thing I would say, and I say this to myself in situations, does this person's presence stabilize my spirit or is it consuming it?
Mm-hmm.
And answer that honestly. Because, there be some spirits out here that be consuming everything around you when they want to consume the ground you walk on. But be honest with yourself, because healing feels so good. It feels good to your soul, feels good on the outside. It feels, that healing is so real. So it's not to say that a healed woman, we real. You can be charmed. You can feel, a little something. But the thing is, like, the minute it's exploited, the minute you are it being exploited, that's where the healed woman is like, I'm out. Or I'm never here in the first place, because this ain't even my jam right now.
A good girl gone bad. That's the saying right there. You exploited, your defense mechanisms start kicking in.
Yep.
Good girl.
And that's how when you heal, that Prince of Darkness, he'll vanish. He'll be out of here. He definitely will not stick around. So there is something about you that feeds him.
Yeah.
It's something about you that he is consuming. And whether, and again, like consuming, not stabilizing you, not growing you, not feeling. And, and I've said this to our brothers too. I said, when a woman can do one of three things, she can grow, she can strengthen you, because whatever you give us, we can grow. She can stagnate you, or she can destroy you. And all of those things is, you have to allow it. Nobody can come into your space and do anything to you unless you allow it.
Yeah. So
and that's a real thing. So taking accountability. So I'm hoping that she gets it, because she gave herself the best advice. You see exactly who and what he is. And we are always over here like, when somebody tells you who they are, believe them the first time.
But you have some people who, once they tell you, it's like, but I accept you for who you are. And that's what it sounds like she's saying. But I accept you.
Well, that's the person that gets tied up in potential. Like you over here chasing potential, and don't do that.
Right.
Don't do that.
And I just feel like sometimes, like, we answer these questions, I find myself all the time saying like the same old things, like, fuck him, like, keep on going, like, the Hudson River is big, but the Atlantic Ocean is huge. Like, get on out there, fuck him. But the truth of the matter is, like, let your self-esteem and confidence be your guide. Let that be your compass. And that grows over time. We all play the fool sometime. I'm not saying that I've been
like your whole system, your whole nervous system, your emotions, let that guide you. Cause in your knowing when something don't feel right. Like,
yeah, like,
it don't look right. It don't feel right.
Nope.
I'm not hearing this right. I know these things.
Yeah. It's like going to a party and the DJ's playing certain songs and they're serving certain drinks, and you have the decision to leave. You don't have to stay for that party. You know that, right? You can leave. That's how I look at it in certain situations. You don't have to invest in, I'll stay another hour. You can go. You have your car keys. You don't have to stay. I don't have to invest anymore. I don't have to put my name on remember the list they used to say that in parties, put your name. Do you want to would you like to be on our sign up list? No thanks. Remember, you don't have to put your name on the list. But let your confidence guide you to, like, I could do better. I deserve better. I deserve to be in a better place. I deserve to be around better people. Like, I deserve to invest better in myself. Let that be your guide, because this is somebody that's not putting you on that, I guess, say pedestal, maybe, that you have to know you can do better. You deserve better. That's all this is about. So let your intuition be your guide, like a unicorn. If you see yourself as a unicorn, you are different. You stand out. You're like a unicorn. That's right. And that's okay.
Put that sparkle on your boots and get up out of there.
Yeah. It's always, yeah. That's all, girl.
Okay.
Write us back. Tell us how it goes. I want to
know. All right. I think we gave her some good advice.
We did. Okay. So now is my jam. So this is G Unit. I have to be like, because
Oh, is it? Oh,
yeah, this is G Unit, and we all know who was a part of G Unit. That 50 Cent, and this is Stunt
yeah,
101. So this is off of the album "Beg for Mercy" that came out in 2003. Can you believe that? In this video, they were like in a car dealership, and Brandy was the
I know you showed me the video. I did not know Brandy was in there. She's looking fly.
They took it from the movie Gone in 60 Seconds. Like they
But
did,
was that movie out
yeah,
then?
yeah. That was where they got the whole 2003, right? Can you believe how long ago? But anyway, so I'll teach you how to stunt, and yeah, this is a little ditty. This is a little ditty that came from G Unit. What are the chances? And that's my jam.
That was a good one.
I'm
That was
stunning, man. I'll teach you how to stunt. Yeah.
that was
50
that was the G Unit time. Yes, I did. This was an okay song. I just liked the video with
Boy
Brandy
paint.
in it. Like, oh, that was cute. And I did not know that it was from Gone in 60 Seconds, but that was a good one.
Yeah. And then you didn't know it was Brandy. I'm like, that is Brandy in the car. Yep.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, that
All
was my
right.
song. Well, y'all, we've come to the end. But
Nanner.
if you've laughed, learned, or side-eyed somebody today, then please follow That's What I'm Saying in your podcast app and turn on automatic downloads. It's free and it helps us to keep making the show. And if you want to be a sponsor or you want to be a guest on the show or you have a question for the Weekendee, please just go to our link tree. That's linktree/TWISPod. Scroll to the bottom and you can leave us a voicemail message or you can send us an email.
Yes. Also follow us on Instagram. It is at TWISPod. As I always say, it is the acronym. That's what I'm saying. TWISPod, TWISPOD. And if you want to keep up to date on all my upcoming comedy shows, as well as our podcast and TV events, please sign to our DMs. Go to my website, shataracurry.com. And again, check out our link tree. That is Linktree TWISPod. And you're in there like swimwear.
Yep.
Again, we thank y'all for joining us for yet another wonderful episode of That's What I'm Saying. Until next time, stay healthy, stay well.
Peace, y'all.